Dutchess County has been plagued by a series of disappearances since October 1996. Among the 7 missing women was Michelle Eason, described as a 52-year-old black woman with dental work, a dark birthmark on her left shoulder, standing at 5'2" and weighing in at 115 pounds. Her brown eyes betrayed her anxiety as she vanished from Main Street in Poughkeepsie, New York, one evening. While authorities claim to have solved her case, I couldn't help but wonder if they ever truly uncovered what happened to her. Eason was familiar with the roads of Poughkeepsie and could recognize the drivers in each car. She had a knack for knowing who to avoid and who could be trusted. It was September in Poughkeepsie, when the leaves turned shades of yellow, orange, and red, and the air filled with the crisp smell of fall. Eason left her house after dark, clutching her purse. She wore a white t-shirt, blue jeans, and black boots. Her drug addiction meant they knew her well in the area for street walking. She made her way down Main Street, stopping to chat with the men who pulled up beside her. Some of them were friendly, some were not. She had grown used to it, and it didn't bother her. Her job entailed that responsibility. She stopped in front of a building on the corner of Main Street and Maple Avenue. There was a group of young men congregated outside, and she knew some of them. She was about to join them when she noticed a car approaching from the other direction. It was a dark car with tinted windows. She couldn't see the driver, but she felt that something wasn't right. She hastened to turn away from the curb and cross the street, but the car followed her. The car pulled up beside her and the window rolled down. The driver was a man in his 30s. He had a trimmed beard and dark eyes. He looked at her for a moment, then spoke. "You're a beautiful woman," he said. Eason felt a chill run down her spine. She didn't answer him, but turned and stepped away from the car. She heard the engine rev as the car sped away. That was the last time anyone saw Eason. A few days later, when Eason failed to return home, her family filed a missing person report with the police. The authorities started investigating and discovered that Eason had talked to a man in a car on Main Street on the night she went missing. The cops interrogated each man on Main Street one by one, asking if they had seen Eason, but to no avail. They also surveyed the area, but there was still no sign of her. The police didn't make any headway in the case until October 9, 1997. It had been 2 years since Eason had gone missing when a serial killer named Kendall Francois confessed to murdering 8 women who had vanished around the same time she did. All 8 women were a familiar sight on Main Street, Francois's hunting ground. So, the detectives searched his house, and like some twisted horror novel, they found the bodies of 7 of them tucked away in crawl spaces beneath the walls and floors. But not Michelle Eason's. The unsolved disappearance of Francois's final crime continued to puzzle the cops, even after he was convicted. Was she still out there somewhere? Or had Francois taken her too? If you know anything about what happened to Michelle Eason, please call Poughkeepsie PD on 845-451-4000. Let's pray for Michelle, y'all. Be safe, be loved, and be blessed.
This is No Tears for Black Girls, a true crime podcast with a purpose. Don't miss out on our weekly revelations that the mainstream won't share, this Thursday and every Thursday thereafter. Tune in to any podcast streaming service to hear stories you won't believe.